Aaron Rodgers against the Green Bay Packers, Jordan Love against the Pittsburgh Steelers. What's not to love about that? What's not to get pumped up and excited about? On top of it being Sunday Night Football, which for me, I love Monday night, Sunday night platforms. Those are my favorite times to watch the Green Bay Packers play. I love it. Leave your comments. Let me know what is your favorite time to watch the Packers play. I know for a lot of people out there, the Sunday night and the Monday night games are a little bit too late, but man, there's something about watching a late night football game for me. I love it. I'm super pumped up. And the Packers, they've got some exciting matchups in this game. So let's start breaking it down. Okay. Let's get into a couple of the exciting matchups to watch for in this Sunday night matchup. Okay. You've got Cameron Hayward. Okay. If you don't know Cameron Hayward, you're gonna get to know him. Even though he's 36 years old, this dude is dominating. Okay. He's got 18 pressures so far this season. Again, you're going to get to know this guy because he's going to be one of the showstoppers for Josh Jacobs. If there is a showstopper for him? Okay. So you've got 2 sacks on the year for this defensive tackle. Cameron Hayward is a nightmare for a lot of offensive line matchups out there. And then you've got Josh Jacobs, who is just getting in the end zone, and he just finds ways to score points, and that's what he's doing so far this season. That's what he did last season. He's got 8 touchdowns on the year so far. He's got an overall PFF score of an 83.1 versus a Cameron Hayward, which is 89.6. That's near perfection for Cameron Hayward. Again, 36 years old, super impressive to watch. But watch this matchup as the game unfolds. You're going to see who's going to get the upper hand in this matchup, and hopefully the offensive line of the Green Bay Packers can step up in a big way. We've yet to see them really come to fruition. If they can settle down on some of those penalties, that would be super helpful as well. Thanks to DraftKings Sportsbook for sponsoring this. I don't know about you, but you have the MLB playoffs happening right now. You got the excitement of NFL and college football. And with the NBA just around the corner, for me, there is so much to bet on. New customers, when you bet $5, you get 300 in bonus bets. If your bet wins, that's new customers. You bet $5, you get 300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. So that means new customers, you can turn $5 into 300 if your bet wins, but you must include promo code ST Wisconsin when signing up. That is ST Wisconsin when signing up. Stay in on the action and use your bonus bets on DraftKings same game parlays for a shot to win an even bigger payout. Why not make DraftKings Sportsbook a part of your week? The crown is yours. So when we're talking about this matchup and a lot of matchups to watch in this game, especially when we start talking the defensive side of the football, you've got Micah Parsons, who's just again, you want to talk about a nightmare for a lot of offensive linemen. This is the nightmare that wakes you up in the middle of the night. Micah Parsons is that guy. He's got a 93.7 PFF pass rush grade. He's got a pass rush win percentage of a 27.7. He's got 37 pressures. So when you start talking about the pressures that this dude has, okay, you got Parsons number 1 in the list. Okay, so this is the pass rush rankings ahead of week 8. Number 1 on that list is Micah Parsons. You've got Aiden Hutchinson of the Detroit Lions there, but down on the list for Pittsburgh, you've got 16 is Cameron Hayward right there. You got 16th ranked is Cameron Hayward, and then right below that is TJ Watt, ranked 23rd. This is going to be a difficult game for our offensive line and for Jordan Love to stay out of trouble in the backfield. He's going to be pressured quite a bit. Hopefully the Packers can pressure Aaron Rodgers quite a bit because this dude has got a ton of success when you start looking at what this dude can do when he's picking you apart. In fact, if you want to take a look at what Aaron Rodgers' success is, he's tied for second most touchdowns, 10th in completion percentage, 12th in yards averaged, and then 20th in total yards. And it says right here, despite having the fewest attempts over 20 yards among all quarterbacks with 10 or more with deep attempts, Aaron Rodgers, he relies on the short pass. Micah Parsons relies on getting back in the backfield in a hurry. And hopefully he's able to slow down Aaron Rodgers, because when you start talking about how successful Aaron Rodgers has been this season, well, Aaron Rodgers is third in the league in touchdown passes. He's got 105 quarterback rating, which is higher than when he took the Packers to the Super Bowl. He has a higher completion ratio than his Super Bowl year with the Packers. But on the flip side, you've got Jordan Love. Jordan Love's stats this season are comparable to Aaron Rodgers. Love has 10 touchdown passes. He has a 108 quarterback rating. He's got a 70% completion rate, and then he's got 2 picks to Aaron Rodgers, 5 interceptions. So he's protecting the ball more than Aaron Rodgers, which is an oxymoron. Aaron Rodgers, you wouldn't think you would hear that in the same sentence, because Aaron Rodgers has protected the ball so well for so many years. That has been one of his most notable stats throughout his career, and we know that in Green Bay he protected the ball greatly, and that's what you're seeing out of Jordan Love. In fact, you can see the 2 mirror images, and when you compare the stats of how many games started Jordan Love to Aaron Rodgers, they are like mirror images. And in Green Bay Packers, a notable stat right there for you guys is that the Packers are 0-6 in Pittsburgh since 1970. That's a big stat out there for a lot of Packer fans. So on the flip side, again, you've got Jordan Love, and let's just take a look at a few of the highlights of Jordan Love. And it says right here, Jordan Love's elite, and there's a lot of people who still choose to ignore it. And his highlight reel is an example of what this dude can do. He uses his legs to buy some time. He throws on the run efficiently. You can see right there, he gets everybody involved, kind of similar to what we saw with Aaron Rodgers. And I keep bringing up the comparison between Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love because, well, who better to compare yourself than to one of the greatest to ever do it in the game, like Aaron Rodgers. So I'm super pumped up. I think Jordan Love is the legit real deal. And for us Packer fans, when you start talking about just the trifecta of quarterbacks between Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, and now Jordan Love, now it's too premature to start labeling Jordan Love in that elite caliber of quarterback play, but he's certainly looking the part, and his highlights show you the reason why he should be in that conversation. But a notable mention is TJ Watt is dealing with an injury, which has limited him in practice. Same thing with DK Metcalf. They took them both out of Thursday's practice. Again, you get the veteran sitting. That you get a lot of coaches out there that are sitting. They're veterans, but TJ Watt is going to be a watch for a game time decision there. But you've got TJ Watt. You've got a guy like Cameron Hayward, who's going to be one of those guys that's going to be a nightmare for this Packer offensive front. But I'm super pumped up about this game. What matchups to watch in this game when you start looking at the matchups we're talking about? Jordan Love versus Aaron Rodgers. You got the defensive front versus the offensive line of the Green Bay Packers. You've got Josh Jacobs. How well is he going to compare and hold up against a guy like Cameron Hayward? I want you guys to leave your comments. Let me know your thoughts. And as always, go Pack Go.